The Dow drops 700 points, Walmart sinks 9%, and in Seoul, the stock exchange had to slow down the buying frenzy. What a split market day. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, August 21st, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in, today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital, Asset Management, Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's get started. So, that bond market relief from Wednesday, it lasted exactly 1 day. Yields marched right back up on Thursday, even though the Treasury Secretary said the buyback operation could grow even bigger. And with President Trump threatening an unprecedented economic war against Iran, oil climbed again. WTI crude settled near $88 and Brent is moving toward the $100 mark. The result? The Dow tumbled 1.3%, that's around 700 points, the Standard & Poor's 500 lost 0.9%, and the Nasdaq fell 1%. The biggest story of the day, though, was Walmart. The stock sank around 9%, and here's the twist. The earnings actually beat expectations. But sales growth in the United States is slowing because customers are making trade-offs at the register due to high gas prices. And when the world's largest retailer says the consumer is getting careful, well, the whole market listens. Home Depot and other consumer names fell right along with it. Europe couldn't escape either. Germany's DAX slipped 0.4% to just under 26,000 points. Its fourth losing day in a row and the lowest level since the start of the month. One bright spot. Lab equipment maker Sartorius jumped 6.5% against the trend. And now for the flip side, because Asia partied, South Korea's Kospi exploded 5.9% higher, so fast that the exchange briefly had to curb program buying. The trigger? Samsung and SK Hynix announced massive shareholder returns worth more than 100 trillion and 40 trillion won. The Nikkei recovered 1.4% after its rough start to the week. So we head into Friday with a split market. Chip euphoria in Asia, consumer worries in America, and oil creeping toward $100. One thing is for sure, this week's finale won't be boring. All right, that's it for today's Capital Markets Quickie. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe and stay in the loop. Cheerio.